thank you. Thank you to you and Senator Cantwell for your leadership now and in the past and what will continue. And Mr. Duffy, thank you for joining us today and your willingness to serve. Senator Cantwell mentioned Boeing. I want to highlight for you the importance of Boeing's recovery to all of the country. Boeing is important to us, certainly in commercial travel, but a hugely important component of our national security and defense, our capability of being able to do things and do them well. I also would highlight that Spirit Aerosystems, Kansas' largest private employer, is a supplier to Boeing. And so Boeing's success is important to the jobs and incomes that many Kansans earn. Wichita, the air capital of the world, is a significant component of the supply chain for Boeing and others. And I would love to hear you with your suggestions or thoughts about what the next step is in getting Boeing back in business.
I appreciate the question, Senator. I agree with you. Boeing is it's a national security issue. Boeing is the largest exporter of American product, incredibly important. In one of my meetings, someone said, though, they need tough love, which is what they do need. I think we have to make sure they are implementing their safety plan. We have to push the FAA to make sure they're implementing their safety plan. But I'd like to talk to the safety experts at the FAA to see where we're at and where we need to go to make sure we continue to advance safe airplanes being built at Boeing and exported around the world.
Well, let me highlight the importance of that to places that you may not think about other than Seattle and Washington State. It's true in Kansas and Texas and many places across the country where the supply chain is damaged because Boeing is incapable of purchasing. And I've said this every time I've talked about Boeing. None of us, it's the usual disclaimer, safety comes first, and I would highlight on what you said, there is no future for aviation and air travel in this country unless people are safe to fly and unless they know and feel they're safe to fly. So there's no shortcuts to be had, but it is not something that can linger forever without getting us back, we would not avoid the circumstances our country faces in the absence of that capability disappearing. So I encourage you to work with speed and accuracy and efficiency with safety at the forefront of your mind, but knowing this is an important task that the Department of Transportation and particularly FAA has. I want to highlight for you the Federal Contract Tower Program. So this is a component of air traffic control. It's a public-private partnership in which communities that are rural and small can have access to air service and have access to the ability to guide those planes in and out of the airport safely and securely. And I just would encourage you to continue to prioritize this program. I wanted to make sure you knew of its existence, and it gets awfully high marks from the DOT Inspector General.
And how important it is to this committee. And so, yes, I understand the importance of federal contract towers.